Hello, this is Simmer Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to our final build of the Rebuilding Glimmerbrook series, the Magic Mansion. This is on the big lot at the very back of Glimmerbrook, and this is where the Charm family lives. Now, when I was building this house, the goal was to create kind of almost like a castle looking vibes. That was what I was going for. However, I also was kind of taking some creative liberties and some inspiration from the photo in the Glimmerbrook like world lot view from like the select worlds menu in the game. In that there's like this white house that has a little turret, and it looks a little bit more traditional than the builds that are actually in the world that come with Realm of Magic. I don't love this lot regularly. The house that's on this lot just seems kind of, I mean, granted it's bare because it's EA, so they have to do more simple builds so that they can run on more computers and run on lower end computers, but it just feels like super empty. So I am really glad with how this one turns out. I will say I am a clutter queen, so like always this build is quite cluttered, but I tried my best not to do a whole lot. Most of the rooms are reasonably cluttered, I would say. It's not too bad. But I really loved doing this build. It was super fun to do, and as I was building and doing this roof line was super fun because it was a puzzle. It was such a puzzle to like figure out what the hell I was doing, and I really liked it. I didn't know what to do with these little top sections here by our turrets. I believe there's 3 of them total in the area. Maybe there's just 2 on the build. I can't remember. But both of the little circles I know have little flat areas that connect them to the roof line, and I just put like a little fence there and just covered the flat area with some brick that matches the exterior of our build. So today though is January 10th, and this video is going to be going out on the 30th, and as it's going out the next day, the 31st, the Sims are going to be streaming their announcements that they just did in our roadmap that came out today. In the roadmap we got some sneak peeks at what's coming next. One thing we already know is going to be the baby update, and then we know that there's going to be 2 kits coming because of that roadmap that we got, and the imagery for the 2 kits was kind of interesting. One of them was like a pair of underwear that had legs, like a little animated underwear, and I feel like that's going to be like a lingerie kit maybe, or something like along those lines, something like underwear, you know, something like that. And we got on the, oh goodness, back in October when they had the live stream, the Sims Summit, we got a photo of a woman in like, it looks almost like a Savage X Fenty bikini, not bikini, like lingerie set, and I'm wondering if we're gonna get like a collab with that, because it seems very like realistic. So I don't know, I wonder if we're gonna get something that actually exists in real life. I wonder if we're gonna get like a collaboration with a company or something like that. Granted, the last time they did a collaboration with a company, like a company specifically, I believe it was the Moschino pack, and that wasn't well received by the Sims community. But I feel like Savage X Fenty, or like maybe Skims, or Yitty, that would be super fun to play in game, to have a collaboration with one of those. Again, I don't know, but that would be kind of fun. We also saw that we're going to be getting another kit, and the other image for that kit was a animated tube of toothpaste, so I think we're going to be getting a bathroom kit or something like that. But also in that main image on the screen, I apologize for not like having these up for you, but I figured we're going to talk about it since I literally just saw the announcement. So, and it's tomorrow when this video comes out. The stream will be tomorrow, so figured it's a good time to talk about it now. In that main one, we have like the overall image, and it looks like there's a world that looks kind of like San Francisco, and at the bottom it says the Michelsons reunion. So I think we're going to be getting family reunion type of gameplays. I think it's going to be very gameplay family oriented kind of stuff. But I think that's going to be the expansion pack, and I think the world's going to look something like San Francisco, like I mentioned. A lot of the renders that we got from the Sims Summit were very San Francisco vibes, you know, like tall buildings, like the bridge. It looked like the Golden Gate Bridge. So I'm really excited about that. As someone from California, I'm not from the Bay Area, I'm from Sacramento, but as being close enough to San Francisco to recognize those kinds of images as San Francisco, I feel like it's going to be really interesting, and I'm super excited to hear what they have to say and see what this stream is. I really look forward to the new packs coming up. I know that we got the announcement of The Sims 5 Project Renee, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the last things that the Sims 4 community does, or the Sims 14 does, before, you know, we really start seeing Sims 5 content and more of that kind of stuff. I feel like The Sims 5 should be probably a couple years away. Is going to be a couple of years away. So I'm hopeful that we still have a couple of years of Sims 4 content. They did say that they were going to do at least 2 expansion packs, and they've just announced 1. So my guess is we're going to be getting probably expansion pack in probably like late March, because usually the roadmaps are about 3 months. So my guess is we'll get the baby update coming in like early January, or not early January, early February. I'm guessing we'll get like the kits and things scattered throughout February and March, and then we'll get those expansion packs probably late March, and then maybe we'll get the second expansion pack in the like second half of 2023. That's just my guess. I don't know, just based on what I'm reading, what I'm seeing, but I'm really excited. And then one of the other aspects from that announcement video was a tooth that looked like a bear. And I keep saying things, I think Vixella, I think that's who I saw it, she called it the toothberry, and I love it. It's cracking me up. So I am super excited about all of this, and I'm really looking forward to the stream. Sorry for that kind of word vomit. I have been very excited, and I've been reading all the content and things on Twitter, and I've been rewatching the video over and over just to see if there's new things that I catch, and I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to the updates that we get, and all of the like the game updates, but also the updates on packs that are coming out. So anyway, we are almost done with the shell of the building, at least the shell and the painting. It looks super cute. This is actually one of the first builds I did for this series. My original plan was actually just to do this build and the bar, and when I posted them on Twitter, people seemed to really like them, so I decided that I would do the whole world. I mean, it's only 5 lots, so it's not like it's that big of a deal, and I figured I could get all 5 of these builds out this month, so I really set my mind to it, and I really like how everything's turned out. I hope you have also enjoyed all of the builds. It's been a blast, especially because it's such a, I don't want to say hated world, but a lot of people don't love the world because these builds, the EA builds, aren't great. So I kind of thought, you know, the expectations are low. If EA can set their expectations super low for their own builds, I feel like I can kind of do whatever I want, and it'll be okay. No matter what I do, it's probably going to be better than EA. No offense, EA, but they weren't good. They weren't good. But I really enjoyed doing this whole process, and it was so much fun. It was a lot of fun. I would really recommend that if you like building and you don't like the Glimmerbrook world either, that you really go in for it and redo Glimmerbrook for yourself, because it's only 5 lots. It's not that big of a deal. I think it's pretty easy to do just 5 lots if you really wanted to. But so down here in this kind of awkwardly shaped room, we're going to have a dining room in that little square up top right next to the dining room. That'll be our kitchen. Then we'll have a little sitting area right off the kitchen, and then on the other side of that, in that little tiny square, I guess the rectangle, that'll be our bathroom. I am going to do a little sneaky downstairs because I've been loving doing that. A few months ago, I was like, I really want to do that, and I was trying to do that in a couple of builds, and now anytime I can do it, I'm doing it. So the downstairs area is actually going to be like the magic practicing area. As I'm going here, I'm just seeing how far I can build the downstairs. Every time I do a basement and I don't map it out first, because I still wanted it to be within the footprint of the regular house. I didn't want it to go beyond the footprint. And I mean, the footprint of the house is huge. So I figured we could do that, and I don't end up using that whole space. I end up making it much smaller, but I wanted to know like what the edges were and where it all was downstairs. So Anyway, we've basically got the floor plan done. I'm just going to throw in some of the floors so I remember what I'm doing and what each room is. The 2 rooms down here that I've just put flooring in, those are going to be our bathroom, and then in here, this is just going to be our entryway. I really want it to be like a formal entryway. I really wish it was easier to manipulate these tiles. I don't love that all of that floor has the little design on the tiles. It just, like, it's fine. It's okay. I feel like the pattern isn't exactly what I'd like, but the whole goal was to use as much of the pack in the game, or in this build, as possible. So I really wanted to use it, and then I decided to go with a different wood that kind of matches like the underlying color, but without the little designs, so that it's not quite as overwhelming when you're looking at this build like from the top down. I figured with that flooring, it's a little busy, it's a little much, so we decided to do that. In the room we're at here, we're just going to get a little piano and a little chair. Nothing fancy. This is going to be our little sitting area. I figured this is kind of like the less formal sitting area since it is closer to the kitchen and the dining room. I don't know if that's how old houses actually worked, but I know that usually there's like a formal and an informal, and most of the times the formal one is not near the like kitchen and things, because you know that's where the cook is, and you don't want to be like in the cook's way or hearing all the clanging of the pots while you're entertaining your guests. I don't know, I'm pretty much making that up, but I figure that's what it is. So I figure that smaller one is going to be like the informal sitting room. Maybe the family hangs out in there, and then the more formal one is off to the left side of the build. This is going to be our little dining room here. It's an interesting shape. I really wanted to use these windows. They're super cute. I like the purple, so I end up using the purple theme throughout. We do end up doing like a purple and blue, I guess is more accurate. But I really like how it turns out. It's super cute. I feel like it's very magical, very whimsical, old-timey castle vibes, and I really like how it looks at the end. This bathroom is very funky shaped. This one is huge. I end up turning that bathroom into a bedroom instead, because it was so big. It didn't make sense to have a primary bedroom or primary bathroom the same size as other bedrooms. So I do end up making that into another bedroom and breaking up the primary bedroom into a bedroom and a bathroom. So this is our informal sitting area. At least that's what I figured it would be used for. The configuration of this room threw me, because I really wanted to use this little cutout section so that you have light coming in, and that a lot of the seats could like look out that window. But it didn't work the way I wanted to, and it made more sense to have a seating in that little cutout rather than like around the cutout. So we end up doing that. Most of this early part of the furnishing is just going to be me getting stuff into the rooms, so I know like what I'm doing in the configuration. We're not going to do a whole lot of the color yet. That's mostly why this build is so big, because a lot of the early stuff is just me placing the items. I did decide in here that we're going to go with this blue color scheme and the darker wood. Again, I figure this is the informal, so you'd have like your kids are going to be in here and the family's in here, and you may be more likely to spill in here. I don't know. So I figured we'd go with the darker tones, then like white tones, and then in the like formal, quote unquote formal living space, that one is more white and clean looking. We're going to quickly jump to the kitchen real quick, but then we're going to do the dining room in the next room over. This room is very interestingly shaped. I like the rounded portion of it, but the little flat part, the diagonal wall, I don't know, it's funky for sure. But I feel like in older builds, like in a house like this, I feel like you would have funky shaped rooms, so it seems a little bit more authentic. I don't know. In here, this is our entry space. I really just wanted it to be kind of simple. Again, we're going with the purple color schemes, so we're going to have some purple accents, a little bit of blue accents to bring out the blue in that carpet, and I really like how it looks overall. It seems very, very pretty, very sophisticated, very old money. So I believe the next room we are going to jump to is, yeah, this little like parlor. Maybe that's what this room would be called. I don't know. Old terms for houses and rooms. But this is just kind of like a little like walking space. You know, we've got the stairs that go upstairs, obviously. And then it goes to our bathroom and then to that more formal living space behind it. I really like this room. It feels a little intimidating. Like if you walked into this house, it seems very big and very expensive. And I feel like this room, it really feels even more expensive because it's literally just a room with a piano in it and like a chair. So it feels very much like, oh, these people are rich because they have this room that is almost empty. And yeah, but so here we are, we're into the formal living space. I really wanted to use the bar. Of course, again, I'm trying to use as much of the pack, the Realm of Magic pack as possible. My apologies for the little jump cut there. I think I just did the paintings on the wall and then the carpet trick on the floor in there. Again, the color schemes are like blue, purple, and I felt like we already had a lot of purple going on, so I decided to make that carpet in there blue. And then this is the bathroom off to the side. I wanted to do kind of like a Jack and Jill bathroom where we had two doors, one coming from the kitchen and one coming from the informal living space, but I decided I'd rather have more counters in the kitchen, so we did that instead. On this wall, we're going to get some shelves, and I'm just going to get a couple of debug items, a couple of little crystals, a couple of the decorations that come with the Realm of Magic pack. And for some strange reason, we don't have matching cupboards for these cabinets in the pack. That really bugs me. I really don't like that they do that. There's a couple, I think there's actually like maybe two. I think there's two cabinet sets that are like that where we don't have matching cupboards. And I don't understand. Like, why? For why? Like, unless it's like a super modern cabinet, and even then I feel like you're still likely to have cabinetry, but whatever, I digress. It's fine, whatever. Anyway, so we're just trying to get some decorations and stuff in this space just to make it look a little bit more lived in. But yeah, I really like how this kitchen turns out. We're gonna end up using I believe that's Get Together, tile. It's a little much. It's a little busy, especially on such a big wall. So I decided not to do the whole kitchen in that tile, and we tone it down a little bit with that base game wallpaper. I really like this wallpaper from the Realm of Magic pack. It feels a little bit more like a bedroom wallpaper to me, but at least in this like white and kind of creamy color, it seems like it's not too bad in this kind of space here. This is like parlor, and here this is going to be our office space. I do use obviously Realm of Magic stuff in it, but I don't make it a like magical office space. The like magical stuff, the cauldrons and stuff like that is all going to be in our basement area. But I really like how this looks. It looks super cute. We're gonna change the space around a little bit here in just a second. I don't usually do desks on an angle like this. I've done it in a couple builds now. This build was first, and then after doing it here, I decided, oh, maybe we should do that more often in other builds. So I've done that a couple times now. And I really like it. I feel like it's very realistic because you want to be looking at that beautiful stained glass, but we have so much room here that I would be wasting space if I didn't put seating or other gameplay items in here, I feel like. So we decided to put that chair there. And I really like how this office looks at the end of it. Yeah, so we're just gonna, we continue the wallpaper from that other room. We just changed the color a little bit, gotta keep with our purple and blue color schemes, and I really like how this office turns out. I would absolutely sit and work in the office, or like read a book in the little chair and enjoy the stained glass window and enjoy the sun coming through it. But yeah, this is a funky shaped bathroom, but I really like it. I feel like you have a lot of privacy in this bathroom because those windows are stained glass, but also because you can't see the shower from the door. You can see the toilet, but whatever, it's fine. The Sims, it's The Sims, so like privacy really isn't a thing, even though you can like walk in on your Sims or have Sims walk in on you while you're in the bathroom. Look how big that bathroom is. It's almost comical that that bathroom is so big. And then I was like, oh, I guess we'll use this little cutout for a closet. No, we're going to make all of that a bedroom because it just seems ridiculous to have such a huge primary bathroom. But yeah, so this is going to be our little toddler's room. Again, we're keeping with our blue and purple color schemes. We're going to go with a blue bed. We're going to get a couple of purple accents on the walls and on the rugs. So we're just gonna get the the regular furniture in real quick, and then I figured the goal was to make this kind of a castle build, and it comes in purple, so I decided to use that like castle dollhouse. I feel like it's super cute in this room, and it suits the build. Like, of course they would get their kid a little castle dollhouse. Like, of course they would. And then I really like this color swatch for the wallpaper. I don't think I ever use that. I rarely use pattern wallpaper because, like, in real life I just hate wallpaper. So, like, out of principle, I don't really use it much in the game, but I really like how this one looks in here, and I feel like it suits the space very nicely. This is going to end up being kind of like I'm imagining like a teenager's room, kind of. Maybe like a preteen almost. It's going to be a little bit like, it's still going to be purple because of course our color schemes are purple, but it's going to be a little bit more like feminine than the other bedrooms that we've got in here. It's going to use like the purple wallpaper here. I'm going to end up getting some of the twinkle lights from the Parenthood pack in here, and I think it's so cute. I'm honestly obsessed with this room. I would totally stay here. I don't love that it's long and skinny, but I feel like that's pretty realistic for a house like this one where it seems like it's older, kind of castle-y vibes. So, is what it is. Like I said, the vibes were kind of preteen, so I decided to get those clutter items like the makeup and the hair stuff there, so our little teen or preteen who lives here can do their hair and makeup. And then of course the twinkle lights, because if we're doing a teenagers or a pre-teenagers room, I feel like you can't do it without the fancy twinkle lights. I did decide to cut out the footage of me changing around the layout so that the primary bathroom is now a bedroom. So you just missed me moving that so that wall there is flat. And now you can see this is going to be our primary bathroom next to our bedroom. It's a little tight. It is a little tight. I usually like having the primary bathroom or the primary bedroom being like the biggest bedroom, and realistically speaking, it may be the smallest, but the thing that makes it a primary bedroom, I feel like, is having the attached bathroom, like the ensuite. So that is there. That is the most important part in my most humble of opinions. So that is there. This is still a very big bathroom. It's still very big. I feel like it's still the size of bedrooms, but at least it's not as big as the original primary bedroom or primary bathroom. Over in this area, I know I have the bassinet here. It's going to end up moving to the other side of the bedroom. We're just going to get a cute little sitting area. I don't like this chair. I originally wanted a chair like this one because it looks comfy, and I feel like that would be a nice chair to have in a bedroom, like nice little place to like sit and read or hang out in the morning with your coffee. I don't know, but I didn't like it in the space. It didn't feel quite right, so we're gonna end up going with these chairs here. I believe those are from Get Together. I feel like it suits the space a little bit better, and our color schemes in here are going to be like this cream color and the dark wood tone from the bed frame and then from these chairs. I really like how this little space looks. I would totally love to sit there in the morning and just kind of hang out. I would love to read right there, honestly. One of my biggest issues with the house, my parents' house here, is we don't have a whole lot of like comfy places to sit and read. Like, all of our couches have TVs in front of them, and like we always end up having someone watching them, so I really don't have places to sit down and read, and because of that I really don't read that much. So with that in mind, I do a lot of little reading nooks and things like that in my Sims builds, even though Sims may not actually use those chairs. I feel like I set up these spaces for Sims to read, and then they never actually sit in the chairs that I set up for them. But it's The Sims, so we just have to pretend. Anyway, so we have the other bedroom here. The theme in here is going to be much darker. The color scheme is much darker. The other bedroom is very pretty and purple and light, and then this bedroom I figured would be the complete opposite. I was thinking like Wednesday Addams vibes in here. And I really like the juxtaposition between this room and the other child's room that we did. I feel like, you know, the other one's purple and bright and fun, and then this room is a little bit more dark and moody, and I like that. I like that a lot. I feel like the pack has a lot of that. Like the clothes specifically, I found there's a lot of clothes for like a moody teenage spellcaster. They kind of give, if you've seen Schitt's Creek, a lot of, especially the like masculine clothing from the Realm of Magic pack, give very much David Rose vibes, and I am a fan. This backyard was tricky. I redid it like 3 times because I didn't like how it turned out. So I did all of us a favor and deleted the footage of me doing and redoing the backyard here. I really like this little fountain. I believe this fountain is from Realm of Magic. I believe that's why I used it. And of course you can't have a fountain without having a cute little place to sit and look at the fountain. So I put those cute little benches there, and I really like how that turns out. I'm also going to frame this walkway with plants and connect it to the little fountain area there. Then it goes to that gate, and then we're going to have a gate on the other side of the backyard as well. One of the issues I have with doing fenced in backyards like this, it usually is that it's really hard to get into them. Like if you only have one fence and it's big like this, your Sims have to walk all the way around or walk through the house. So I really wanted to make sure that I had 2 fences here, so that if you did play, or 2 gates in here, so that if you did play here, that it wouldn't be such a pain, you know, to walk around or get into, at least if you didn't like go from the inside. And again, we've got a lot of purple accents, so I'm putting in all these purple plants, all the lavender, all the little purple bushes, all the purple flowers. Super freaking cute. I really like all the landscaping that I've done on this build. So this is our other little gate here, and then in the other corner next to that gate, we're going to put some planter beds. For the Realm of Magic pack, when you're doing like potion brewing, you use plants and things like that. So I figured if you do play with the pack specifically, and you do play with this build, you're gonna want to have some space where your Sims can grow stuff, so that you can make your potions and your concoctions. Quick little reference to the bar I built. But anyway, I really wanted to have space that, you know, you could actually grow stuff if you wanted to play like that and you wanted to do the potions and brewing and stuff from this game pack. I am going to struggle a little bit with the terrain paint. I don't love pathways when they like make weird shapes and as they go in different directions. So I was trying to avoid having like a awkward little like flat section. I really wanted it to be curved on both sides, but then if you curve it the other way, you end up with like a kind of butt looking a little like butt looking pathway, so I didn't want to do that. Most of the time when I'm having issues building, it's like I do something and I don't like how it looks, or it reminds me of something phallic, and I'm like, I need to change that, or else someone else is going to comment, or someone else will notice it and see, like, that looks like a butt. That looks like a butt to me. So I had to even it out. I had to make it a little flatter, a little straighter, because I couldn't do that. Again, it's just me. It's just how I view it, and I couldn't let myself leave it like that. But yeah, we're pretty much done here with the exterior of this build. I love this garden. It looks so cute. I would totally love that. I would totally love to sit in this garden, do a little planting, and then maybe sip some tea by the fountain and just like enjoy the nice breeze and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's great. So we're gonna go around with these lights, and then I remember that we have actual like garden lights that would fit this much better, so we're gonna go around and replace all those lights with these little guys. And I usually forget to do lighting like this in my builds, because like I forget that nighttime mode exists, and if you're back there at night, then it's dark. So I decided that for once we would remember to put lights in. I don't think I did them in the front though. Before I put it on the gallery, I will remember to go put lights in the front so that it matches. But yeah, we're pretty much done there with the outside area. I'm just going to throw in a couple more decorations in here. This space looked kind of empty, so I wanted to get something. I want more like circular rugs that size up and down better. I really frequently end up with like landings or entryways that I would want to have a rug there, but the rugs that we have don't really fit, so I want more. We're gonna end up putting a bathroom down here as well. I figure if you're down here and your sim has to go to the bathroom, you don't want to have them walk all the way up, so we stick a bathroom down here. And then we're gonna have like 2 little office spaces down here, 2 like magic-y areas. One is going to be more of like an office space, and the other one's going to be like a practice space with all the cauldrons. So we're going to do the cauldron side first. Over here we're going to have the cauldrons, of course, the Realm of Magic fireplace, and then a couple of these little armoire things from the pack. And then in this other side, we're going to have another little like office space. We're going to make it bigger so that we can fit this interesting little ruggy thing down here. I think, I still don't know if there's gameplay on that. I literally mentioned like 3 videos ago that I thought there may be gameplay related to that, but I have no idea. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole build. I hope that you have enjoyed this series, Rebuilding Glimmerbrook, here on my channel, and if you want to see others like it, please let me know. But with that, I'm going to leave you. So I'm going to send you all of the positive vibes, all of the good energy, and happy simming, my friends.